What up, y'all? So, shout out to my little cousin CJ. He's the reason why I'm doing this video. He knows that me and two other non believers went to a mega church for Mother's Day, and he thought it would be a good idea for me to do a review. But in general, he wanted the review, and I said, you know what? Maybe I can do this and let everybody know exactly what notes I took, because I did take notes when I was in there. All right, so for a little background, I was raised non-denominational Protestant Christian. That's the regular Christianity for y'all. Protestant basically just means non-Catholic, and non-denominational just means I wasn't raised Baptist or Church of God in Christ or Pentecostal or nothing specific like that. Only specificity was that it was Protestant, non-Catholic. And I'm now atheist. My little cousin also went with me, who was raised Jehovah Witness. He is I guess agnostic, and my homie Imhotep, shout out to him. Shout out to my cousin 3J, shout out to my cousin CJ, shout out to my cousin Imhotep, shout out to my auntie who we linked up with. This is a whole story, y'all. This was a very interesting and actually kind of cool experience. But we gonna first get this church shit out the way. But because I know y'all want the drama first, but we gonna end this shit positively. But yeah, my auntie, she is a believer. And my homie Imhotep is the one that drove us to the church that my auntie goes to, which is the said mega church on the south side of Chicago. My homie Imhotep was raised Muslim, and he is now, I guess, agnostic as well. I'm saying I guess for both my cousin and my homie because, as far as I know, they both said that they believe in God, but they are very cheeky and irreverent for most structured. Uh, ooh, don't get dark on me. Structured religion. But anyway, my fucking screen was getting dark. But anyway, y'all, man. If y'all from the Chicago area, y'all may be familiar with Gospel Radio 1390, where the ministry is in the music. Looking nice. Hope I didn't disturb y'all too much with the random vocals. But point is, the pastor in question at the mega church in question was a DJ, a radio DJ named John Hanna. He now has this church, this mega church, which has seating for over 1,000 people, I believe. I googled it, and I think they get a good 2 to 3 thousand. You know what? Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's see. Um, John Hanna. Come on, G. John Hanna. And I want y'all to see who the fuck this is, by the way. John Hanna, New Life, uh, Congregation. No. Congregation. Population. Nah. Hell no. This shit says presently our church has grown to more than 20,000 members. Hell no. You dead ass? Hold on. Now we got to do a side quest. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. First of all, if you will, do me a favor and look at this nigga. Wife is beautiful. Shout out to her. I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't know these niggas, G. But you know, that's a fresh little jacket or whatever. But man, this guy was you just gotta see him in action. But anyway, he was a radio DJ. Uh I know it's wrong to say zesty or whatever, but I need y'all to like watch him preach, and then you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Bro is actually very hilarious. He say all kind of crazy stuff. He was saying all kinds of very fapitalistic. And if you don't know what fapitalism is, it's a word I made up, and I will just put a link in the description um, to a playlist about fapitalism. Just know fapitalism is what encourages capitalism. Capitalism with an F. But anyway, he said a lot of shit that was pretty fucked up. First off, a lot of this shit isn't unique, so I don't want anyone to. I don't want this to go in either directions. I'm going to say I don't want this to be a well, that's just him, cause it's not, cause it's not. They literally got a song that say this lender not borrower bullshit. I also don't want y'all to think Like, well, yeah, he he is like he's taking the Bible out of context or anything like that. Actually, I don't actually remember the other thing I was gonna say, but all I know is I for sure don't want y'all thinking like he's the only one saying this bullshit about lender not a borrower. But anyway, this lender not a borrower bullshit is something he said and something that they say in the Christian congregation and Christian community, period, which is bullshit. Think about it. Christianity is a like world domination cult, just like the other religion. There's only a few religions that work that way, and they all are Abrahamic. I think pretty much if you think about it, I think you can make an argument. Y'all get in the comments to make an argument if anybody's gonna watch this aside from my cousin. Shout out to him again. But can you make an argument that any other religion does evangelism like this? Like any other, especially anything that's, what do you call it? That's not Abrahamic. So I'm bringing it up to say the Bible says that every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, right? So with that being said, all of this shit that people say, which is individualism at the end of the day, bars, it can't work out for everybody. Everybody can't be a lender. That's the thing, though. Everybody should be following this concept of Christianity and the values thereof. So how can everybody be the lender and not the borrower? But he does this just like many other. That's the other thing I wanted to say. I remember it. I don't want this to go into this is just Christianity either because or this is just religion because a lot of people what bro is doing is just a specific he's doing a general thing and applying it to a specific type of spirituality. But the general idea of walking around and telling people, you know, that you're special and you gotta hustle because the rest of the world is not going, you know, it's crowded at the top and all of that bullshit. That's something that self-help gurus do. And it's not even necessarily paired with anything spiritual. But it is spiritual because it affects the human spirit. But let's move forward. Damn, I didn't even realize that the damn I hope y'all was able to hear a decent amount because the damn microphone was further away than it should have been. But whatever, I'm sure y'all could hear me. Holla if you hear me. He said some other shit similarly. Never you ain't never gonna have to depend on anyone for anything. Like you'll never have to depend on anyone for anything. See, the reason I'm bringing all of this up to begin with, aside from the fact that my little cousin asked, is the fact that this plays such a role. I keep pressing the screen so that this shit doesn't, because even though the phone technology is ass, even though the phone should know I'm doing a screen recording, it keeps like pump faking that it's about to like turn off and go to screensaver mode. Like, why are you doing that, asshole? But anyway, and then we gonna talk about because somebody probably you got an Android or something. He literally said that shit about some Androids. We're gonna get to it though. Let's stay with the program though. You're never gonna have to depend on anyone for anything. That's a lie. Everybody has to depend on someone for something. Because you can't do everything by yourself. All the clothes you're wearing right now, I don't give a fuck if you're a designer. You ain't making all the clothes for everybody and you ain't made every single pair of clothing that you ever have worn and ever will wear. You're gonna need to do something, you feel me, that requires other people depending on you or you depending on them. That's just a fact. And this kind of logic is harmful and stupid. And I don't want people to think, because here's the thing. People will say, well, you know, the average church, people will say that the average churchgoer doesn't go to a mega church because the average church isn't a mega church. But they lack the logic to understand the context. First of all, think about the fact that I brought my homie and my little cousin. The reason they wanted to go was because of the theatrics. That's the whole point of my Drewski video. I'm gonna put the Drewski video in my description as well. They would not have wanted to go if it was to a storefront. Storefront churches are only like hanging on by a thread, and the only people going there is like somebody 105 years old, and maybe the people that occasionally come there to support them, but most people go to mega churches or mega church adjacents. I would say maybe close or second neck to neck would be community churches. So this is how I see it. So you got small churches slash storefronts, then you got medium-sized churches slash community churches. That's the kind of church that I was raised in, where it's not a mega church, but it's damn near mega church. If your church come on TV, yeah, you're not necessarily small, but you may not be a mega church either. But this whole idea that, you know, the antics of mega church pastors is only unique to them, and that most people don't attend them. That's like saying that because most businesses are small, that most people shop with small businesses. That's not how that works. Cause yeah, like even people who own small businesses shop with the larger businesses to fund their small businesses. So like, no, yeah, there's less large businesses, but those businesses have such a lot. Did you not see that it said on their website, it could be capped, but it said 20,000 members, maybe 20,000 attendees in a year or something, but 20,000 members is wild work. But you do know that they have chains. Certain churches, this isn't one of them as far as I know, but there are churches that mega churches that have chains, or like brands that have multiple locations in multiple cities, states, and countries in the cases of some churches like Hillsong. But anyway, he then started to talk about something about like, you gonna move around from your current, what was he saying? He was saying some shit like, you gonna have to change your circle. And he said some shit like, you got to be around people that say, you ain't gonna be broke around me. I'm gonna push you into wealth. One of us gonna have to drive. One of us gonna have to have a car. One of us gonna have to have some money. And it's interesting because, funnily enough, everybody in the world has the skills that they have and has the ability to utilize those skills in varying capacities and varying contexts and situations. So like, funnily enough, in order to get there, me and my little cousin was trying to figure out how we was going to be able to get a ride. And my homie Imhotep is the person who we eventually ended up hitting up. And he is, you know, he's in the position to where he's able to do that. He has access to a car. I don't even have a driver's license, never had one. My cousin, he got a license, but he's not driving right now. But guess what? We all played a role in multiple situations where all three of us have linked up. You know, there have been times where I was the one who had the crib for us to, you know, hang out at and smoke at and whatnot. But in general, I know for a fact I'm the figure outer in most situations. I'm the one that puts, you know, the pen to paper and plot shit out and be like, yo, I know. Yo, gee, these motherfucking rats, bro. I love animals, but I hate certain animals, and I hate pets, because pets cause so many problems. Like, y'all got dogs, y'all not cleaning up after y'all stinking ass dogs, and we got motherfucking rats all in this motherfucking suburb shit, G. Man, anyway, what the fuck I was finna say? So, yeah, point is, sometimes a lot of the things that people contribute aren't gonna be necessarily tangible shit like money or the ability to drive or whatever. Everybody has to figure out, you know, how to be as useful and be as efficient as possible. Then this motherfucker said a bunch of shit towards the end. He was like, I want to give y'all a chance. And yes, he do talk like that. He was like, I want to give y'all all a chance to take a picture and take a picture of the screen. I think it was like a QR code or some shit. Yeah. Let me not digress. But anyway,
he was like, I'm gonna give y'all all some time because some of y'all got Androids. You know, some of y'all, don't got the money right now and you got your Android. Some shit he was saying, and I'm like, what? This whole shit is just, poverty shaming, which a lot of this shit, that's at the end of the day, what a lot of people could come away with is what cultural aspects are the ones that are winning. Because, see, the Bible says a lot of shit that contradicts itself in many parts of the book. And the thing that's interesting is people on the alleged left will say shit like, well, we going to have to have room for religion and et cetera, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, but you do realize that shit in the hands of anybody, not the wrong person, anybody. Because think about it. How nefarious does any of this sound to the average normie? Somebody saying, yeah, one day the Lord gonna bless you with an iPhone. Some people are gonna hear that and think nothing but positivity. So a lot of times people are just focused on the fact that some pastors are rapists and some pastors steal from the congregation. Like, nah, sometimes it's just ideology and individualistic fuck shit because, like I said in my other video, go watch my other videos, I'm gonna link that one too. Spirituality is self-centered and self-serving. I said it in the video, but I'm gonna say it again. You do not need spirituality to work with and enjoy and protect community. Working with, enjoying, and protecting community is spirituality. But whatever, some people slow. Anyway, another thing he was saying that was pissing me the fuck off. Yo, link card days are over. You gonna have to keep, I know you gonna have to do this for just a little bit while longer. I know it's beneath you. I know you gotta go into them government facilities, and I know it feel crazy, but God say he wants you to see what crazy it look like, just so you know what it look like. Some bullshit. And my thing obviously is the poverty shaming. Like I just said, like, why is he saying that getting a link card is beneath you and you gonna have to do this for now, but this, that, and the third, all of this other shit he was saying, and saying shit about how you want to see, God wants you to see what crazy look like. Like, what's the crazy? The system? What's the crazy? The employees? What's the crazy? The people who have to, exist in this predicament and try to feed things. Like, what do you mean you gotta see what crazy look like? Fuck you. Then the next thing he was saying, you ain't never gonna need to be picked up and dropped off. You gonna be the one dropping people off and picking people up. It's like, once again, going back to the lender, not the borrower thing. Your lot is the kind that says that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. You are speaking to, according to what we just Googled, 20,000 people. You're saying all 20,000 of them people are never going to have somebody pick them up? That's the other thing. Nobody will be in a position that's that perfect where you never gonna need to be picked up ever again. You never gonna need somebody to drop you off somewhere ever again. Never. Once again, the average normie is not gonna think that sounds nefarious, but it is. Fuck that shit. Fuck the Bible. Fuck the Quran too. Because you know what the Quran does? So here's how the Bible hangs it. They say every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, right? So that means you're going to have to be Christian whether you like it or not. The Muslims, this is how they hang it. They will say, well, you never convert to Islam. You revert, meaning everybody is a Muslim whether they know it or not. And it's just like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Like, it's all just that symbiotic, like, what they call that shit, group think. All of that shit is nonsense. and it's trying to force people to think a certain kind of way that don't even add up every day, don't even play out the same way. Because if everybody is all going to be on the same accord, how is nobody going to ever need to be picked up, but you're always going to be able to pick people up and drop people off? No. Then he was saying, this is not going to be a normal process for you because you're not normal. This is like trying to get people once again to be in this mindset of individualism. Like, yeah, this group of 20,000 people allegedly are God's chosen few. The shit that you're going through. But then that's the thing. This motherfucker is on YouTube. His videos get uploaded to who knows how many people can see this. So it's more than the 20,000. And that's funny enough. That could be what they're counting. Now that I just thought about it, they could be counting their fucking subscribers as members, or maybe YouTube members, Patreon, motherfucking Nebula, whatever the fuck these assholes got going on. But the point is, that's a lot of people. And for you to just be, yeah, all of y'all are special. Yeah, all of y'all are just so, unique. And anything that happens to you this point forward, you got to realize this is because you're the chosen one or whatever the fuck. Yeah, this is another thing, G, another thing. This is your time shit. I should have been like moving my shit maybe down here to like keep track of everything, but just so y'all can follow along. But anyway, motherfucker talking about this is your time. This is when, God is really about to come and show up and show out. 20,000 people, G. Do you think that everybody is going through the same exact shit at once? Some of the people who you talking to, they're going to be taking L's for the rest of their life. Some of the people you talking to are going to be taking W's for the rest of their life. Some of the people you talking to just came from overcoming a L, so this don't apply to them. But maybe it would apply to them if you gave this message before, you know what I'm saying? Somebody is in the middle of an L and they are the ones thinking, oh yeah, he's talking to me specifically. And that's what my homie Imhotep said. He's like, why is this man talking like, you know what I'm saying? He knows us personally, and he like, yeah. And the people who, I'm sorry to say it, the people who aren't that bright and don't know how these types of psychological tools work. I used to hear my mama say this bullshit all the time. She used to say, oh, Pastor was all in my business today. And it's like, no, like, it's just like people who are like fortune tellers and palm readers. They do sometimes cold reading where they try to figure out certain things about you. If they see a woman walking with a child and the child is not with a father or something like that, they may just assume like, yeah, God is telling me to tell you that you're going to get some support for this boy. And it's like, oh, he knows me. But then also there's a such thing as hot reading, where little do you motherfuckers know, there have been people in history who set it up to where they get you to give them information. This actually got revealed like years back, but people have done it as recently as a few years ago, where people will do something like they'll have prayer cards and they'll have people write their name and address on the prayer card. And then the next thing you know, you hear somebody saying something just oddly specific. Oh, he knows me so well. No, you're just not very bright and you don't pay attention very well. Or maybe it's not that you're not that bright. Maybe it's not that you don't pay attention very well. Maybe you're just suggestible as fuck. That's some people's problem. You can suggest anything to these motherfuckers. I'm like, you know what? Shit. That might be fucking true, goofball. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, this message is being spread to thousands at once. This is a mega church on Mother's Day, and this episode is being uploaded to YouTube. Could this message truly apply to everyone listening? How? And if so, why them? Then, after all of this, you gonna be the lender and not the borrower. You ain't never gonna depend on anything. You ain't never gonna be broke around me. I'm gonna be the one to drive and whatever the fuck. You gonna be the one to drop people off and pick people up. You're not normal, so this is not gonna be a normal process for you. This is your time. After all this, the nigga says, God is no respecter of person. How, nigga? How? See, I was taking notes and paying attention. So all that other shit you said completely and directly contradicts this shit that you saying now. Then it was a video. This last part that I wrote, I'm just going to skip past because it was really just a, I'm tired of this rustling I'm hearing behind me. Stinking ass. But anyway, so he showed a video where it was like some lady talking about how God told her that her eye would be healed on a specific date, and then it didn't happen. And then after all of that shit, she was like, God is not a liar. He just wants us to have more faith. Some shit, I don't really remember. I didn't take a whole lot of notes on that shit, but that shit was goofball Jamal. Anyway, now to the positive shit. We had so much fun that day. Me, my auntie, we went to go see my grandma. That was cool. That's my homie Imhotep. That's my cousin. We had a ball. It was a great time. I don't know if my auntie wants y'all to see a picture of her, but it was a really, really nice picture. And shout out to my cousin for taking that, or shout out to my cousin, but shout out to my homie Imhotep for taking the picture of us, of me, my cousin, and our aunt. Yeah, community. My grandma asked me, and I didn't know what she was insinuating. She was like, so did you guys learn any lessons or get any takeaways and blah, blah, blah. And I basically just told her, I was like, yeah, because currently, y'all, I'm staying far north in the Burbios. Get the fuck, get back. Stinking ass. Anyway, matter of fact, where's a block? I don't want to see y'all. I want y'all to see me do some animal brutality, but they stinking ass is still over. I'm gonna crack they dumb ass with a big ass block. But anyway, I told her that it was good to be back on the South Side. It was good to be around community. Good to be around some black people. Good to eat at a black-owned restaurant. Hey, this is not sponsored, obviously, but the restaurant we went to is called Justice of the Pies. Justice of the Pies is on 87th and Blackstone. And here's the deal. This sister has more than just pies, but essentially that's what they all are. Like, she has like savory pies, like chicken pot pies. Oh, that was smacking. And quiche, which my aunt got, and she thought that was really good. But then she also has the lady who runs it. She also has regular, sweet pies, like sweet potato pie, and bro got a pecan pie, or no, he got a peach pie. He got a caramel and peach pie. That shit sound like it's smacking. And because it's getting warm, she will let you put ice cream on top, do some a la mode shit. And I'm like, yeah, maybe next time I do that shit sound like it'd be decent. They got a pecan pie that I'm probably finna try one of these days. Put ice cream on all that shit. But anyway, so that was fun. We went to Hyde Park. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the positive part about going to church. Oh, the ladies at the house of God. Ain't God good? They was looking real good. Real well dressed, well shaped. I saw a sister. She was older. She looked so fine. She had a woobity wop. It was like a golden flim flam wim wham. It was a golden turban, I guess is what you would probably call it. It was like a wrap. It was living my life like a golden. And that shit was fire. She looked fine as hell. And she had a nice little body. And yeah, it was fun. It was a fun time. We went to Hyde Park. Ate from some other restaurants and stuff that won't be named because they not black owned. You gotta give me some money. And then yeah, what the fuck else happened? Oh, gee, y'all ass won't stop. Y'all just won't stop till I come over there and brick y'all shit for real. But anyway, yeah, man. Had a good ass time. We smoked a lot of weed. We went to church off the edibles. It was fun. It was a fun time. Saw a lot of big, beautiful booty cheeks, and you know, zesty, loud pastor talking about poverty shaming. Anyway, shout out to my cousins and my homies. Peace and love.